Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the GET podcast. I know we've been gone for a while, about 3 months now, but finally we're coming back. And some good news: the Gaming and Words Technology Club is now official at St. John's, and we've opened up on Mondays and Wednesdays within Merrillack Hall. Monday will be in room 238 from 1:50 to 3:15, and then on Wednesdays we'll be in room 241 from 5 to 6:30 if anyone wants to drop by and say hello. But in there we'll be working with game development and talking about other games and such and anything like that. So come on, stop by if you want. So for our first episode back, we're going to be talking about game studio acquisition lately, because in the past year has been some big studios buying up other ones, such as the most recent one that no one expected really was Microsoft buying Activision right after the whole lawsuits went through. Cause didn't everyone think they was gonna like come crumbling down for Blizzard with that, right?
No, I think Blizzard was just gonna get eaten up by the Activision part of it,
I
and
think
then they
Blizzard
kind of would just.
probably would have dissolved.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Nah,
I
I don't
thought
think
like
they dissolve.
I thought Blizzard was gonna probably just crumble. Well, like maybe Activision would be fine, but the Blizzard part I thought was gonna crumble.
There's no way they crumble because granted they have like lost like so many active users on their platforms, like on all of their platforms. It's just because of the fact of like what's happened in the company itself, and just the amount of issues that they're having internally. And then before they left, I'm pretty sure there was like a sexual allegations that happened by the CEO, and then he stepped down. But then like this is why there's company like even bigger companies that are coming like Microsoft, and they're gonna like parent uh, like this company like so well because Microsoft is like
Yeah.
definitely seen as like a family friendly company in a sense, or at least with their
Yeah.
IPs. The IPs that they own that have those like those family friendly values to it. In the case where it's like Mojang's, like Minecraft,
Yeah.
which I think I just got messaged something today over this on my email. I have to update now my Java account
Your
because
Java?
yeah,
Oh,
I have to
Minecraft?
update I have to update my Java account because now it's becoming a a
Oh
Microsoft
yes,
account
they
now.
did this. They did this recently. I was trying to do it and I had no idea. But it was
I did not know this was gonna happen though. Like
That's
I
cool.
I was like, oh yeah, but like, you know, it's annoying to me though because I know I have to update this, but I don't know. They're saying if you do it, you get like a free cape or something. So like that's cool, I
Oh,
guess.
you get a team?
apparently you get a
It-
free copy of. I think it's if you had a Java account, now you get a free copy of Bedrock with it.
I mean,
Supposedly.
that's good. I get. You know what? Here's the thing, right? Like they're just compiling everything together, but like I feel like with that, I just wonder what happens to like all those servers that existed. Like, does that like are these like servers that existed for like Java edition like available still, for,
I
like
don't. I don't
Bedrock?
think so. Not that I've seen.
I feel like that's gonna be so sad if that like kills off all those private servers. I feel like that's like gonna really like destroy like Minecraft,
Yeah, that's gonna be rough.
which is really gonna be
Really think
sad.
so?
I don't know how it works. That's
Because
why.
yeah, that's the thing. We don't like. I know it's like a set thing, but because now a lot of the servers have gone to official, like on Bedrock, or like on because I remember we were playing the Switch version, the Xbox version or something one time, and like they had like Mineplex like officially on there now rather than like the old way of doing it, you know?
Oh, they have,
Hypixel too, right?
yes, I was just about to say it was Hypixel that they advertise now.
I mean, I would imagine like there's probably like those little like servers that are ran like actually end up becoming like a bit of like a company of sorts, like those little like areas, and
Did
there's like people who have
Microsoft
to run
acquire
it.
it or something?
Well, Microsoft acquired like everything, right? Microsoft bought um Mojang. Yeah, like I'm looking at it right now on the website that uh I was shown, and Microsoft bought Mojang in like 2014.
Yeah.
That's why like
Yeah,
cause like Mojang would never do like directs, you know, but like they started doing like those Minecraft directs that they have.
Oh,
Yeah, like
when
they
you
did the one
play,
like the
what do
cave
you
update,
call it?
remember, like recently?
Yeah, they
Uh-oh.
did the one with the like where like the fans got to choose and vote on, like
And that
social
was
media.
also rigged.
I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know
you're.
how it was.
Oh yeah, you're right. They got the glow squid or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
they got the squid. Yeah, they got the squid. It's either that or like a goat. But I feel like these are like all things they should just add it. Like I don't know
Yeah.
why they were like vote for your favorite
Frick.
mob. Just add the
Because you have all
mob.
these. Because all these YouTubers end up like saying, "Oh, vote for this," and then their sheep fans start like voting for it to the point it wins.
I
Yeah.
just wonder
Not
if
wrong.
like if it really is hard to like implement into the game. The like instead of like why do I have to vote for mobs that exist, right? Like just add the mobs in. They're really
Did we
cool.
even get the Caves and Cliffs update?
Yes,
Yeah,
Like,
we
we
does it
did.
did.
There,
even
it's
exist?
officially out now. We haven't tried it yet, but I'm not gonna
Are
lie.
you sure it's officially out, or
No,
is
yeah,
it?
it's been
Well,
out. Like the
it's
whole.
out, but if you're like in your world and you're exploring for it,
Yeah, you have to go make a new world. That's
you
not
have
what.
to go. Well,
That's
no, you don't have to. You can like update it to the new version, but you can't in the chunks that you found. Like if you've already found chunks, you won't find the cave updates in those. You have to go further out to like all new chunks in your world, and then those chunks come loaded in with the cave updates. So
Okay.
the hell
you have to
works.
go.
Okay.
So it's one of those like if you've explored like everything in your area pretty much and like around where your like house is, if you've already in a world in like a server, then you have to go further and like do that. Like case in point, like my one friend group did it. They updated their server, but like we also explored like I think 10,000 or like 1,000 blocks in like every direction, and then I think another like to find one of those woodland mansions, we explored like 25,000 blocks in like one direction. So every single one of those like 25,000 blocks worth of those chunks
Okay.
is pretty much ruined to it.
Is that why I never find any of those?
Could
Uh,
be.
'Cause I remember one of our previous worlds that was like that.
remember that freaky world we found one day on TikTok? That was cool.
I don't
On
remember that.
TikTok.
Yeah, there was like someone who found a weird seed, and it was kind of freaky.
Like how freaky and freaky.
Like we heard cave noises and stuff when we were on the overworld.
Oh, that's weird.
And,
Yeah,
like, stuff
that's
went
not supposed to
missing.
happen.
Yeah, stuff kind of went missing.
Yeah,
I think
that's cool.
there's stuff like that.
Wait, why is Quirky here?
'Cause he sucks. I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
Maybe
But
he's
But yeah, so like ever since like I guess the Microsoft like kind of ate up Mojang, like the next biggest thing. I don't know. Like I don't know why it was. You know, I feel like Activision Blizzard like they just went like down, and then like Microsoft kind of saw it as like a prime opportunity to.
I mean, at that point, yeah, there was just like, yeah, like do anything to save ourselves. You know?
Yeah, I just don't know like, because like. Who owned Activision Blizzard like before, or was Activision Blizzard just act like?
No,
that?
Activision owned. What was it? Activision was the publisher, and then they bought Blizzard.
Okay, so but it wasn't like, um, like, like Activision Blizzard was like the parent company of themselves, basically, right?
Yeah, Activision was the parent, and then Blizzard was the sub company. I'm pretty sure, if I'm correct.
But they just called, but then but they did like what happened that it became Activision Blizzard? That's what I don't get.
I think it was
Like,
more.
did-
I think it was because it was more of a.
Did they
I
merge?
I think it was a merge, not a more of a merge than an acquisition.
Yeah, they merged.
That's kind of like
a
how it
little
was like Bandai Namco, like Bandai acquired
Oh,
Namco,
yeah.
but now they call it Bandai Namco rather than like
Okay.
Bandai, just Bandai. I don't know. You get what I mean.
Yeah, I get the idea of it though. Yep. But I guess that helps out. But now it's like okay, Microsoft literally owns COD. It did own Halo
What the hell?
until Sony bought Halo. So
Sony didn't. No, what's it called? Sony. Bungie didn't make Halo anymore. Oh, yeah, that's right. Because what was it? You're thinking of how Sony bought Bungie now. Surprisingly, what was it? Bungie hasn't worked on Halo since 4, right? Or just
I don't.
ODST?
I'm surprised if that's the case though.
For Halo?
Because I don't.
I don't know.
Halo, so I wouldn't know.
I mean,
Yeah.
all I know is that at the end of the day, like now, like Sony now if Sony owns it, right?
I think they bought it because of Destiny for some reason.
Well, you know what? Like a lot of people who play Destiny, I'm pretty sure, besides being the PC players, like they're probably PlayStation players. Like, I wouldn't be surprised to see if
It
that
was a
was
big
the case.
advertisement, like when it came out. They're like, oh
I mean,
look, buy it on our PlayStation system.
yeah, I'm pretty like okay because I'm pretty sure like Here's a good question then. Like graphically, right? Like what console like always performed better, like the Xbox or the PlayStation?
Graphically, I'd say PlayStation, but like,
See,
Right?
I've owned. Um,
hardware wise, I would probably say the Xbox is better hardware wise.
Okay, with like current gen like consoles, which one is better? Do they
I
really
like
are they
no,
kind of the same?
They're kind
I
of
hate
now they're kind of the same. Like now there's like actually no difference.
I don't think there really can be a difference because at the end of the day, I don't know if like do they have 3090s
I'm not
in?
gonna lie, John. After I got an Xbox, I kinda like my Xbox more.
I like it more than PlayStation. I feel like PlayStation was like way harder to use and utilize in terms of like maybe like doing like a lot of things where it's like the like getting online with them and stuff. Like Xbox was like really easy to like do that when I had like the 360.
That
It
is
was literally
true.
just like
So
it was like all right,
that wasn't
just
me.
get on and
I feel like even Nintendo, I never had a problem.
no,
Well, yeah.
Nintendo
Well,
was
Nintendo was always like the family friendly thing. That's
yeah.
what.
I
It
think
was
they
always
make
like
their
like the odd one out, but like it still made it like its own unique stuff.
yeah. I definitely think they really know like that there's gonna probably be like somebody who's out there and they're gonna struggle with it for like their first time. This is like something they've probably never dealt with like a console before, and they kind of have to make it easy on them, especially because like some of their game, like I mean, and now it's like super easy. Like you literally just do it all on your Switch,
Yeah.
which is so nice. I don't know how it is on the like the Xbox or the PS5. Um, I don't
The
need them. Like,
Xbox is like exactly the same as the one. Like it's pretty much the same
the
thing.
thing is that like I really don't need them though. Like as much as like when they were coming out, right? Like my family was like, "Do you want to get one of these?" I'm like, "I don't need it. Like I have a PC. Like what? I don't see a need for the console. Like
See, I prefer console.
I mean, like
But
I would
that's
love to
not that
have.
like stupid argument, but I like console better.
You're not wrong. Like I would love to have a, a controller
Yeah.
and like play my games on the controller. Like when
Controller
Paul keeps
is
telling me,
nicer.
like every single time Paul yells at me to get a controller so I can play Dark Souls.
Yeah, I don't know why you're playing Dark Souls with keyboard and mouse.
I don't know. I feel
I
like
tried doing that once. I felt like I was gonna break my fingers.
I mean, the way I see it is that like I feel like it's a challenge, you know, and then like I'm overcoming the challenge, right?
Now you know
If
the real
most people
challenge, the
playing on
banana controller.
no, you know what's the more interesting thing now? The Steam Deck that's coming out apparently.
Oh yeah,
Or-
it's coming out this year.
It is kind of just a Switch 2 though. I will admit.
No, but you know what I'm worrying about with that though is if people buy it and then they hoard it like they've been doing to all these consoles.
I heard that it can't run certain games though.
I don't wait, that's really
It might
important.
be a bluff, but I heard
No,
it doesn't run some.
I was I mean I was trying to figure that out though cuz I'm like, all right, can it run like every game on Steam? Because I'm like in my head, I'm like, all right,
There's no way. Like that's what I thought. Like there's no
yeah, there's
possible
no
way.
way.
Like I could sit there and play like Red Dead on on like basically my Switch.
No, I think you will be able to play like Red Dead on that game, but I don't think you're gonna be able to play like a game that requires you to be like okay, if the whole point of the game is go like it's like touch and go, right? Like you're not gonna be able to play a game that requires like a Wi-Fi. I feel like on that handheld device.
Yeah.
You know, like and have it like okay, like
I'm
Lost
not
Ark.
really sure where they're getting the resources to even
I don't
make this
know.
thing in general.
I mean, I'm assuming it's like a PC, right? Like they set it up like a PC, or not like a PC, like a laptop.
See, my
think that's what they're
concern
going for.
is uh-oh. My
But I
concern
haven't.
is jeez. All right.
Oh yeah, and Alistar is going like AP and he's doing a lot of damage.
That's just life. That's just life.
The life
But-
of being beaten by an Alistar, like how
Okay.
you were playing
Okay.
Lost Ark and you got
Yeah.
beaten by the
My
Alistar.
concern is the shortage, like the PS5 happening.
I
Sure.
my thing is that like I know that like the Steam Deck is like probably gonna be something that like I mean, it's like $1,000, isn't it, to buy it?
The Steam Deck? No, it's
No,
around
no. You think of the Valve
no.
Index, which is their
Oh,
VR.
right.
Which
So how much is this? Like 500 then?
I'm gonna assume it's like. I think it's like 500. I don't know if they ever said it.
I think it's like
Um,
500 or something. But like, if
It's
it's
around 500.
it's 500 to literally take your computer on the go, right? Which, one, I guess like, in a sense, you just made a computer into a handheld device, which is probably like really cool. But I feel like it's gonna be so hard to play certain games on it
Oh
though.
my god, please, the CC, please.
Like, there's games that like you need like a keyboard and mouse. Like, I don't feel like like a controller is gonna be able to like do it for you sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
And then like the hardware is what I really worry about. Because if the hardware, like, I know like they're probably putting in like laptop, like top of line laptop like hardware into it. So that's probably like either AMD or anything with like GeForce.
Yeah.
And but like GeForce is like the third. It's like you need like something in like the 3090, but I doubt that they're giving out 3090s.
No.
You know, because the 39, like, there's no way you're fitting a 3090 into that. You know, so
Yeah.
they have to like make it small. It's like it has to be small enough that it could fit into that console or whatever it is, right? So I'm just kind of waiting for like someone to like bring it up and talk about it. Like they're gonna buy it and they're gonna do like a show. They're gonna like make a video about it and do like a hardware like test, because that's what I want to know. And if it's like actually really good and then it's like I can take this on the go wherever I go, then I'm gonna get it. I would
Yeah.
like it. It'd be kind of cool.
Drake.
What other you know? But like, here's my thing though, right? As like we've been looking over this and I've been kind of like seeing all these like companies like eating up the other companies. Like, I forgot that I did not know this with like Tencent and Supercell.
Tencent having so many.
Yo, did you
acquired-
know that the small indie game is owned by Tencent? Or small indie.
I didn't know that. Like, because the thing is, like, growing up, like all my friends play Clash of Clans,
Yeah.
right? And then
Clash
like
of
now,
Oh, you're talking about
owned by
Supercell. I was talking about the
Tencent?
Riot Games joke that that everyone makes. Where
Hmm?
I was talking about the Riot Games
oh,
joke.
indie,
Wait,
oh,
Like,
why
the
does
indie game
Supercell
The
company.
sound
the small
familiar?
indie dev that is Riot Games, owned by Tencent.
No, I know.
Oh, is Supercell the company who made Clash?
Yeah, Clash of Clans,
Yeah.
Clash Royale, all those games.
They're making like more. They have like another weird game that
I
I
know
saw.
Clash is still very popular today.
Yeah, it's
Here's the-
like
I'm
here's the
shocked.
thing,
It's
though.
such a
crazy.
thing.
When I've like a couple of times went to go back and try to play it, but like because it's owned by Tencent now,
Tencent
it's
too much.
primarily just like only a Chinese market. Like I only ever see Chinese players. Honestly, it's hard to find
You know
like
what?
American players.
It's really funny that you say that, because when I was working with the DOT and like in downtime, I would just like play on it. I was playing Clash Royale, and the like half the time I was playing on it, the only people I would see and go against were like like people who had like Chinese characters in their name. I was just like, wait, I'm like, but aren't I in North America? I'm assuming there's like American servers. Here I am not knowing that they're owned by Tencent. And that they literally just make the game go worldwide. I had no idea though. That's really funny to me. Now I'm like seeing this stuff. What are these other companies though? I've never seen some of these companies before. I never heard of Zenim. Wait,
It's Zen. Oh, now you got me messing up
Is
the
it
names.
Zenimax?
Zynga.
No, not Zynga. No, I was gonna talk about Zenimax. But I never heard of
Zenimax?
Zenimax all of a sudden.
Oh wait, I've heard of Zenny. Oh my god, wait, I know what these
But
guys.
I could tell you what its publisher is.
Oh my god, wait, they sound really
Oh.
familiar.
It's
know
it's
what
very
company-
familiar,
What
Paul. You would
mobile
know.
company was
Oh,
very
they own
popular back
they
then?
own
Backflip Studios.
Zenimax owns Bethesda and ID Software and like Machine Games,
Does
like
anyone
all
remember
those
Paper
guys.
Toss?
Which one?
Pizza Toss,
Paper Toss.
Paper Toss.
Paper Toss. What's Paper
You
Toss?
don't remember Paper Toss for the phone?
No.
Is that the one where? Oh my God, yes, I do. It's like the original iPhone game,
What?
or like it's
Yeah.
like the OG. It's like where you literally the whole purpose of the game was like you're in like an office and all you do was flip the paper into the bucket. Like that was literally all it
Oh
was.
wait, I know this game. I remember this. You're right.
That's so old. The game that that's so. Oh my God, that was not the only old game I remember though. There was like the one where you like tap What was the? There was like the music game that you had to like tap on the phone. It was like Guitar Hero with like 3 buttons. I forgot, like Tap
I don't
Revenge, I
remember
think it might have
that
been
one.
called.
Oh yeah, Tap Revenge.
Tap Revenge was like a game that existed, and I played it. There was also like a weird like tower defense game that was like on the iPhone or like on the
There was a
iPod.
lot of them though, so I don't know.
There were some really good, yeah, but I remember like this game had like you could like buy like a fist or something as like the
You
big.
can buy a fist?
You could
What?
buy like a giant fist and it would
Buy
come.
it?
You could buy a giant fist or like a boss was like a giant fist and it would just come down on the screen and like kill everything. It was
Oh,
like
okay.
I was like, okay, like that's kind of cool. I just remember that game, Tap Revenge, the paper paper toss.
Yeah, you just throw it into the garbage pail and it has like
There's
a fan.
there was like weird. I didn't. Oh my god, no!
I
You
remember
remind me
Dragon Veil. Dragon Veil was like very popular when we were younger.
when like those phone games first came out or like whatever the case is with those iPod games. I remember
Oh,
like some of the games that
oh my
existed
god,
were
Graffiti Ball.
What?
paint.
Fun game. Graffiti Ball. You would have to like draw lines with spray paint to lead a ball into I think it was like a point bucket or something. They took it off the App
Maybe.
Store. They took a lot of these games off of the App
I
Store.
remember
which-
Fun Run. I remember like
Fun Run,
Fun
I
Run. But Fun Run's like more like as we got like older, I feel like Fun Run existed.
Subway Surfers is still popular today, which
I
I'm
know.
surprised.
I wonder, I don't think Fun Run exists anymore, but I remember that game being so popular. That game was nuts. That game, Flappy Bird, like Temple Run.
Temple
Like,
Run is still popular
Temple Run
today.
is
That's
still
all
popular.
over.
It's so crazy. I you know like I kind of miss like some of the old stuff. Like there some things that like don't exist the same anymore.
Yeah.
And it's just like funny to me that I'm like wow, like I'm like old. I'm just like old.
Old? We're boomer? We're old? We're old men?
I'm not boomer. I'm not
Funny, because my
boomer.
dad used to play some of these games on his phone too. Like he played Graffiti Ball, he played Paper Toss, and it just sucks that they don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Like I guess they like I don't know what
Because
happens to those.
they don't make money off of them. The mobile market has just moved to microtransactions and anything like it's not pay to win, but it's like, hey, you wanna
Well,
make it
it's
easy
not
by just
that.
paying?
well, you know what it
That-
is.
Like
Hmm.
the audience is just not there anymore.
All grown
I
up.
don't think. You know what it is? It's like funny to me. Like there used to be like so many weird like I used to like role playing games growing up. So like a lot of the games like on my phone were like RPG related and stuff or like strategy game related. I remember like some of them were like dungeon hunters or whatever they called it. They made like 3 games or 4 games, 5 games out of it. Like they just kept making sequels to that game. And then like now if I look at like RPG games or whatever, I'll find like on my phone like College Life or something or like Life Simulator. Like I'm like
Life
these are not
simulator.
Life Simulator. It's like I'm like what are these games? Like these are not RPGs. Like I understand like these are technically role playing games. Like okay, you could get away with it, I guess. But these are like not what like games used to be. Like there used to be a game called Infinity Blade. I remember like that one was like really big that existed on like the iPad and the iPhone. And it was just like a hack and slash that was kind of cool.
That's
Um
interesting.
but it was like duels. Like the entire game was just like you would like 1-on-1 with like a boss and your character would die and then he'd come back like his kin would come back and like the whole point was to just like you know go like try to reach the boss that like killed you before and then beat that boss, right? And as you're getting stronger you go back and you keep killing these bosses until you get to like the final boss of the game. And they made like a couple of games. I think they made like 2-3 games of this. Like that was cool, like those things like that. But now it's just like it's like so sad. They're like weird games where it's like, oh, like deliver a baby or something.
What?
And it's like really cartoon. I swear, it's like
There's a
delivered.
lot of
Are you thinking of the
There's a
web?
lot
Are
of
you thinking of the website games where it's like
no. Well, it's like
No, they
those.
have it as apps now. You
What?
don't remember Elsa Gate?
I remember that being a website, not an app.
No,
Here, ready?
Elsa Gate is literally happening with apps
Here, hold
now.
on. Let
There's
me
a
get on
lot
my.
of
Let me get on my phone really fast. I'm gonna tell you like the games when I look them up, because there's like games that if I go to app, right, or if I go to games, because they changed this app store like a million times now, and if I scroll all the way down to where like they start. Oh wait, no, I don't even have to scroll all the way down. I think. Oh no, I'm gonna have to scroll all the way down. Hold on. If I go to top categories and I go to let's say role playing and I go to free to play, the first one here, it's called Phone Evolution. It's literally every single one of those games and those ads that you see, like the person is like going down like a hallway or so, or like they're like throwing. It's like a hallway, and you have to guide the person to like the higher multiplications, or like to avoid like having. I swear to get. It's called the #1 role-playing game on the chart for ages
That's
12
so
plus. It's
weird.
called ready. It's literally. Do you want a time trip? Can you remember your first phone? Only real oldies can recognize all models. Can you spot yours? Come challenge yourself to see all of them. And it's literally just the
Hell.
the point of the game is literally to like to guide a phone down this hallway thing, avoid these obstacles, grab all of like the more months or whatever, and then like you're supposed to get like a
This
high
is
score or
so weird.
something.
You know what
It's so
you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of the new app, like, what was that all over the Homescape. You ever see the Homescape ones?
The
no.
Homescapes apps?
Those don't stop. So I tried the original Homescapes way back when, because I was like, oh, it's a little app game. This looks fun. So I tried it. It literally was like, it was just like Farmer. It was literally like Farmville again, but it's like, oh, you bought this mansion or something. But I don't know what it is
No, it's
now.
the matching game.
Yeah, the entire game
But that's
it rebranded into a matching game, isn't it? Isn't
Oh
No,
no,
it?
here's a.
it's always been a matching
What the-
game.
what is this? Wait, no, what is
Maybe it was.
this?
I don't
That
remember.
ad where
But
she's
all I
like
know is
crying 'cause the guy left her.
no, that's Lily's thing. That's like the Lily.
It's the same thing.
But yeah, every game is like a matching game now like that. It's so weird.
I'm seeing in top charts though, like for some reason Talking Tom is like the
Talking Tom
third
is
game.
still very popular.
I don't
kid-
know
The
how.
kids love it.
Yeah, I get that, but I don't understand.
Isn't Talking Tom getting a movie or something or some?
I don't
He
know.
is? That's awesome.
I don't know.
I
how
was just
feel
saying
about
that. I don't know if it actually is true or not.
I used to like Talking Tom as a kid.
Remember the whole conspiracy? I'm getting off. I'm getting completely off track with this. Remember there
Oh,
was
the
that weird
Talking
conspiracy
Tom
of it, like,
stuff
oh, it's
thing?
watching you.
Oh, it's watching you? Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's watching you, and there's like a weird man who's definitely looking at you because of the random reflection in Angelina's eye or something,
It's Angela.
or whatever it is. I don't know. I'm getting
I don't know. The only like RPG game that makes sense in this list for being in the top like 5 even is like State of Survival: The Joker. Like that's like the only one that makes any sense right now because it's literally a survival game. So it's not only just a role-playing game, it's also a strategy game. But this makes no sense. Why is like Talking Tom a role-playing strat? Like there's no reason he should be here. There's there's no reason. Or Be a Mom Forever.
What?
That's
Be-
on the top charts?
Yeah,
Aren't you like
that's
one forever as soon as you have the kid? Like,
It's also, by the way, this game is also #3 on the adventure, in adventure. So not only is it top 5 in role playing, it's also #3 in adventure.
what the hell is this?
The whole point, it's same concept as this phone game I just saw before,
That's
Um,
interesting.
where you're supposed to guide the child, like you're supposed to guide the mom who's carrying the crying baby through doors that keep the child young and not old
What?
or whatever.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. Be the best mom of all time, and the reviews are really weird, and most people are saying don't download it, and I'm seeing racist. Like, what is this
What?
game? What is this game?
I'm starting to think there's like a hidden motive behind these games sometimes. You know?
I don't.
Tenta's got
I
some
don't.
motives. Tenta's getting into your homes. I mean your walls. Tenta's in
And
your
then-
walls.
Like, this is so stupid. Like, how did games like this make it into the top
I don't
like
know.
charts in the iPhones, like the App Store? I feel like there's so many issues with this.
I don't know.
There's so
Alright,
many
we're like
issues.
way off track. Hold on, I want to get back to
I know,
the-
I know, I know.
No. But
my
the
bad.
Did,
Oh,
did
is it a
you
Max?
did you know that Facebook bought Oculus like the year that like VR came out? I thought
I'm
that
sorry, Facebook. Wait, oh my God, you're right.
Have
Look,
some
I thought that was
insider
I thought
info?
that was recent. No, apparently they did it all the way back in 2014.
but I don't even. You know what? That makes sense why the metaverse is a thing now.
Was it possible they
Okay.
had insider info?
Well, no, they bought them out, and then they just used
They just been
their.
using them for the past however
They've been
many
using them for the
years.
past like
Like
8
eight
years to
years to
make
be like,
metaverse.
we need you. We're holding you
N-
hostage to make the
No,
metaverse.
you're gonna literally make metaverse for us. That's literally the whole point of this. I mean, honestly, being able to do that kind of stuff is like really freaky, but it's also kind of funny. Wait, I'm sorry. Okay, no, it's called Meta Quest now. It's not even called Oculus VR anymore.
Yeah, they basically just they took them like you're not being called Oculus anymore, even
Because
though even
Facebook isn't called
even though it's kind of a cool name.
Facebook. No, but, well, Facebook's still called Facebook, I think. But even
No,
though they
that
name changed with Meta, right? Like as I'm scrolling through, like I don't see anything about Meta until like maybe now, hopefully, right? Down here? No, there's like nothing. I don't see it. Like I don't
yeah,
even
I can't
know.
do anything with the Vigar. But back to the thing.
That's so weird. Like
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they literally just used it just to make them make Meta Versa thing. That's the whole point of the buying out the Oculus.
yeah.
Like just because they literally had the most like they had like the best like version of like
At the time, yeah, it
at
was
the
like the
time.
craziest VR like stuff.
But and then you get like Facebook, who's like a super company, and they take them, and now here we have Metaverse being this thing like 8 years later,
Yep.
which is so crazy to me. It's wild. Like, I don't know. But you know what's also interesting though too, as I'm like looking at this list, like these such big companies, they own like the fact that they've bought out in some way, shape, and form an app, like an like a mobile company, like a mobile game company or something.
Yeah, I was about to mention like go back to the like how we mentioned like the mobile companies like Activision and Blizzard. Like when did they? I didn't even know they bought King at one point. Like the guys who made Candy Crush and all that.
I did not know that either. I really
Wait, let me.
never would have known that. But I think that's not Blizzard. I don't think Blizzard bought them. I think
Or
Activision
was it
bought them.
Activision? No, well it says well it's Activision Blizzard, so like the same thing I guess according
Hold
to
on.
this.
Who bought? Who bought King Games? Okay.
Tank, by the way.
Yes, he is indeed a tank.
Activision
Yeah, it's Activision. It's like
or
or, like
Blizzard?
I
Question
think
mark.
I think Activision is the one that makes the decisions. Blizzard's only bought. Actually, I don't know if they bought anything.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't find it.
I mean, what series does Activision own or Blizzard?
Blizzard owns
Blizzard owns
World of Warcraft,
WoW,
StarCraft,
Diablo,
WoW,
StarCraft,
Diablo,
Heroes of the Storm,
Heroes of the
Hearthstone.
Storm, all of it.
They
Base,
own like
like
more things than just those, but
those are like the
the
well-known
main.
ones.
Um. Oh, and now that they own, I guess, all these other games that like Warzone. Well, not Warzone.
No, that counts. That counts as one of the games.
No,
Warzone?
because that's Activision. Like Activision had those games, right? Like Bungie was like a game you could buy or like play. For you could play Destiny 2, right? On
Yeah.
BattleNet. Because everything's done through the BattleNet portal, the Blizzard. Like if I get it on hold on, I'm trying to get on their platform right now. Just so I can like take a look. But like I don't think I could play Destiny 2 anymore. Like I have to go on Steam to play Destiny now. Which is kind of stupid because I remember it being only exclusive at one point on BattleNet, but I guess when Bungie stopped working with Blizzard, this happened. So their like platform is always changing in a sense because they're always gonna have like there was like always a sense of like the Blizzard games are the Blizzard games. Like they're never changing with those.
Yeah.
But did we say Overwatch?
Oh no, we did not mention Overwatch. I forgot about that.
So yeah, Overwatch. So it's WoW, Hearthstone. I guess like WoW Classic, Overwatch, Diablo 3, StarCraft, StarCraft 2, Heroes of the Storm, and then there's the other end of it, which are these other games, which are owned by the other end of it, which are Call of Duty 4, Call of Duty 2, or Modern Warfare 2
Basically,
campaign
just
remastered.
say like the COD series. Just
Yeah,
'cause there's a lot.
Vanguard, Crash 4, And
Spyro?
then
Spyro? Do they go with Spyro? I don't remember.
I think they made something about that. If I go in the shop, they
I know
talk
they own
about it.
Skylanders. That's technically part of it.
If I look on their store, I can probably find something relating to this. This was such an easier store page to look at. I don't know what they did to this page. It used to be so much easier to look at. Now it looks so, it's like so funky. Because it's just like, here's like the entire time you go on this page, if I like go to anything, I'm just gonna, all I see is like, if I'm on like my WoW page or whatever, like the WoW platform, it's like showing like all the WoW updates or whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
But if I go to like anything else, like if I go to shop, the first I mean this is probably why if I'm going to shop, I'm gonna see a million things in shop. But it's like so clustered and there's so much like here that it's just like kind of hard to figure out like what is what.
Yeah.
But they also like offer so many transactions. There's so many transactions for so many different things. Like from the mounts and from the character boost and from the card packs and from the pets and the like the I guess if you want to buy like the Ultimate Editions and the Cold War, I forgot the Cold War, yeah, like Wars, you know, the Warzone, the Overwatch League tokens, all the account services. Like I can't even find like where there was possibly Spyro.
I know
And I remember,
I know they
I
did
remember
something
that
with
was a
it.
thing. I remember that was a thing
They
though.
did something with it. I just don't remember what though.
I don't know where. Like, okay, I'm looking at like the Crash 4 page. I'm trying to see if I can find anything regarding this. I don't see anything. The last like there's latest news was March 12th, 2021 with this game, and that's it. Nothing else has been like there's nothing else that's been here. I haven't seen a single
Well,
other
because they took
thing.
all the Crash devs and they were like, "Are you gonna make the new COD because we kind of messed up." Remember that? Like they were just like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, we never finished our game. We need you guys."
Like I'm trying to see if there's anything like there's got to be something else in here. That, like like they have like a 30-second video or something about the game coming out, I think, and I'm trying to see what else they have. But it just also might just be because I don't own the game yet. Like if I bought the game and I had it, then they might be like, oh yeah, like here's the stuff for it, and here's like all the updates for it. But I don't own it, so I
Yeah.
don't know. But the same, I mean, I could say the same thing about like other stuff. Like I'm seeing like Diablo 4 news when I go to the Diablo 2 page. Probably the same thing if I go to the Diablo 3 page. Yeah, same thing. Like there's stuff I see regarding these other events and whatnot.
Yeah. You know what I think is the craziest thing with the Activision and the Microsoft purchase? It's how much it costs. Like, I'm
How much
looking,
did it cost? I
like,
didn't get to see how much
okay,
it did.
so I'm looking at all the other ones. You know, like the big ones are like $1 billion, $2 billion. You know, something you expect for like a big acquisition by the other companies. Like, I'll give an example. Like when Microsoft bought the Bethesda, it was like like 8 million. Like, yeah, okay, sure. So the Activision Blizzard, it was $68 billion.
Huh?
Crazy.
$68 billion for Activision Blizzard.
In the
I'm sa-
billions?
I'm
Yes,
telling you,
68 billion.
I don't even know like how many like there's like no way I feel like in a sense where there's like companies out there
It's
that
just
can
because
even like
it's literally
have.
just because of how successful COD is. I literally think
Well,
that's it.
no, you know what it is though too. I mean, like yeah, like COD is a really successful game platform, right? But I also think it's like part of it comes down to being like oh no, they're not a tech company, right? Like there's no way they're.
Microsoft is, but not
No,
Activision.
Microsoft is not the okay. That's it's just the entertainment industry. It's like so profitable nowadays. It's like kind of insane, and there's like so much to be bought in it.
Yeah.
Like tech companies like rule like everything else, and then there's like entertainment, and the entertainment industry like just runs like so much.
Yeah. Cause like I'm looking at the only thing behind that was when Take-Two Interactive, the guys who own like Rockstar and some other like New York companies and such, like 2K and all
Hmm.
that. they're like the only one behind that is 13 billion, and that was when they bought Zynga, like the Facebook games, which were also like buying stuff like crazy back then.
Yeah, that's totally the case. Like, I mean, you know what? They're probably still really like crazy to like
Well, I know a lot
the
of
older
Facebook
demographics.
moms still like playing Candy Crush.
I can see that though
I
Yeah.
because
see so many ads on TV for Candy Crush. It's actually insane.
I mean, they literally got their whole thing in like that Sony movie. Remember that?
oh, it's
The
fun.
Emoji Movie?
Or the emoji? That's what it was. Yeah, like the Sony
The
emoji,
Emoji Movie.
whatever
Oh
it was
yeah,
called. I
Candy Crush
forgot.
wasn't there, I think. Unless it was Ralph Breaks the Internet?
I don't remember. I
You
just
sure?
know. I just know that there was a whole Candy Crush section, and for some reason, it exists.
Right. But those exist just because of the fact that
The
like
money.
I mean, it's just amazing to know like
Don't you
if
think
you
it's weird that Disney has a game company?
Disney used to have like well, yeah, Disney has a
They
game
had
company.
it. You
Dis-
didn't
Well,
see
no,
the direct?
no,
Well,
doesn't Disney have
well,
what
like
they
an
have?
like a legit game. Other
Yes,
than.
they
What
do.
do you?
I'll be honest, I didn't see this direct for
Oh God,
Nintendo.
no.
They have like
Rerolls.
Why? What do they have? Because I would love to know
they
what kind
had
of.
a what's it called? Um, it's like Mario Kart with Disney characters.
Oh well, yeah, they always have like most companies like that. They have those games like that where it's just like, oh look, it's just here.
Is it
We're
like
gonna
a
make
Disney
like the
spin-off?
name brand companies. Like, look, here's the Goofy gang racing goof troop.
Yeah,
I
the
don't know.
Goofy,
You get what I
yeah,
mean?
Goofy Racing, like or something.
Like something generic
Yeah,
like
something
that.
generic, something not generic.
Like all companies nowadays have like something like that, some form of development team.
Right.
Yeah.
There's always like, but you know what? Like they have to make a team like that. Like right now, like I guess like if we're like your guys are playing like League of Legends, they're planning on making an MMO RPG. I think at some point,
saw
or just
that, yeah.
MMO.
They are what?
They're trying to make it, but they need people to make the game. If I go onto, oh, I'm about to go onto their careers website. Riot Games career.
I was looking. I didn't see anything yet.
Let me look really fast. Because they have like stuff like esports producer, whatever, right? Like game change, whatever this is.
Yeah.
Admins for global marketing, for like live ops.
Cause like they're only
Um,
the only advertised projects now are Project L, The Fighter,
no, yeah, Project L, yeah,
League,
yeah.
Legends of Runeterra. I don't. There's no spots for
Here, ready? There's
here.
ready? Here it is. Here, I found this, right? Select a product team. If I go to this page, right? Underneath League of Legends and Legends of Runeterra, there's MMO. And above, underneath MMO is Project L. So there's, and if I look at this, ready? Game designer, like, AI, unpublished MMO. Unpublished MMO for action combat. Metagame systems, unpublished MMO. MMO generalist for an unpublished MMO. So there's 3 design roles, 1 software engineer or software engineering
Oh
role.
no, look at the brand's name.
So like they're all, and if I look at this,
Oh.
We're gonna have to
Monica's
watch that.
piano.
like
Oh
there's,
God.
so they're planning on making one.
Aren't they making a fighting game too?
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
that's
making a fighting
Project
game.
L.
Oh, that's what that was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Project L.
Oh, well, didn't they share like footage of it the other
I've
day?
seen it.
I've seen the
It
footage.
does.
It looks
It
kind
looks
of
pretty
cool.
good. It's gonna
I'm
be
interested.
It's gonna be weird where it's like, lol, look at me in the fighting game. I'm Lux fighting
But
Edmundo.
But you have to
No, I
understand,
don't think
right?
we would have someone like Lux.
But
They have, like,
here's the thing.
iconic
They wanna
characters.
have like the iconic characters like almost every champion, and Lux is one of the iconic ones. So like, they might have her in it, and she'll be fighting like weird tank stuff.
The whole thing with that though, too, is that like they want to like make a, they want to make games for every single genre with that company, right?
To get the
So
money, the
they
max money.
like they made their MOBA, right?
Alright.
They made their card game. They're
Sin?
gonna,
Sin mid? What?
yeah, it's good.
Is it
Um,
mid? Is it mid?
they made their card game. They made their MOBA, right? They made their, what else did they make? I'm forgetting off the top of my head. Oh, they made their other MOBA on the phone. They made their mobile phone game. Now they literally have to make their fighting game, right? Which you're gonna see in esports around that. Trust me, that's gonna be a thing. And then you're gonna see when they make an MMO and they make like a whole thing for that. I imagine they're gonna have a PvP scene or something for that game because everyone wants the PvP in MMOs for some reason. So they're gonna make they're gonna make some kind of like community like esports for that too, and they're just gonna bring in all these different areas of players, right? Like all like with Activision Blizzard going down the hill, and like WoW, it was kind of like losing everyone, and like everyone's like kind of like breaking out to try new things with like that. So like when they make that and they drop it one day, because right now like I'm telling you like people who went from WoW to like Final Fantasy, like they'll probably be happy with it for like a while, but they'll probably get bored of it, or they'll be waiting for a content drop that like never happens for like I think it's like every like year or however long they've been doing it with Final Fantasy. So in those timelines where it's the same content over and over again, they're getting bored. When Riot Games decides to drop that little MMO, like
It's gonna
it's over.
skyrocket. Then you gotta
It's,
pay your
it's, it,
gotta pay your subscription to them.
no, I don't know about that.
It'll
Maybe.
probably be like a fighter pass.
No, I mean,
No,
if
not
it's like,
Project L. I'm talking about the MMO.
like in my case, right, with the MMO, like if I'm playing Lost Ark, right, like if they're gonna do it, maybe they might do the model like this. So it's a free to play game. I can play the game. I can do everything I can, like most of the stuff in this game for free, like everything for free. It looks like, um, but there's like some kind of like a subscription service, right? And in this subscription service, how they do stuff
The Battle Pass.
is they pretty no, it's not like that. No. Um, there's like a lot of stuff going on like that you're gonna need like okay like I have like a house. My house has to have like people make stuff. Like there's a lot of like AFK time kind of thing where like they're gonna do things for you right to progress, and you're gonna have to wait like a day, which is
So
kind of
so
what like
basically, it's like the old Clash of Clans type stuff.
think of it like yeah exactly. So think of it like that, and you pay like $5 or however much money like a subscription a month, right? And you get like 30 days or whatever the case is of this boost. Which here, let me see if I can find those boosts. I'm actually curious if I can find the boost for this game already. Because if I can, I'll show you, or I can like tell you what they're doing, and then kind of give you an idea of it all. But I need to find. I maybe it doesn't exist yet because the game's not out. I don't know. It's gonna be out tomorrow though, so I have to see. Um,
Okay.
Store page. Here it is. Yeah, if I go to the store page, let's see. They have to have it here. Oh, I can get the Korean voice actor pack if I really want for this game for free, which is funny. But I'm not gonna be doing that. Well, they have it somewhere. All I know is that like I can get it like for having the founders pack that I just got to play the game early. But you get like 30 days of like free stuff pretty much, where you can get like a bunch of bonuses that you don't have to wait as long to do stuff in the game. Like you might get like I get like a pet inventory or something, or whatever it is. Like there's like a bunch of different like bonuses you get for having it, and that's the kind of stuff they could do. But I don't know it yet, so who knows? We'll find out. But yeah, I mean, like, there's so many different things out there. Like, all these companies just kind of like they do what they want. It's kind of crazy.
Okay, I have a question for you. Do you think that all these acquisitions are healthy or no? Because I feel mixed about them. Because on one hand, I feel like they're unhealthy. Because if you think of it like indie companies, like it's gonna get to the point where it's like
I'm just scared for Disney.
that's what I was thinking of. Like, Disney owns literally like everything out there.
I'm gonna say
it's gonna like, especially with Microsoft, that they can make a purchase like it's billions of dollars. There's a high chance that it's gonna get to the point where it's just like, oh look, Microsoft owns everything.
I'm gonna
Owns
say
every
like
game.
with how stuff is going currently, I want to say it's worrying because like if your whole point as like a consumer is to like be diversified in what you consume, then like you
I
may
won't
not
really
want.
have a choice anymore.
Yeah, like
Then
the
like
choice
you,
is fading.
Not there.
you know, like I may not want to get like XYZ because XYZ is owned by this company. Like,
But
and
then
I
you
really don't
don't have
approve
a
of.
choice because it's still owned by them. Period.
Like, think of it like this, right? Imagine like, um, I guess the case would be like imagine if like Activision Blizzard owned everything, right? And in like this case where like there was like a sexual like there were like sexual like
Like all the
issues
sexual
happening at the
charges, all
company.
the other
Yeah,
stuff,
like
like
all these.
all the
Yeah, imagine
lawsuits.
that was happening at that company, right?
Like if they don't
Like,
like everything will go down. Like there's already so many people who didn't buy. Like I didn't buy COD.
actually,
Like
no, no,
what?
no.
Not either.
You know
I
what company? You know what
stand for
company? This is
that.
a great example of. This is the kind of the example where it came down to like when Epic Games
Did that whole
made,
like stunt?
ma did like they stunted like the Steam release for Borderlands,
That and
and they
like
were
the
like
app and like the Apple stuff, like all that crap.
yeah, like so like those are examples that are like kind of good for that because like those are like the moments where like you're never gonna like they just like controlled everything and they're doing it out of money. Like they want like more money coming to them. If you want like the initial release of a game, you have to play it through them, or you have to wait 6 months, or a year, or however long it took for them to make the game, which is like kind of sad.
Oh, I wouldn't do that.
No, I'm trying to remember. I died.
Because then you're like kind of you're kind of just like stuck there. Like, all right, I can't play. I literally can't play the game. Like,
Yeah.
what do I do? Right? Unless I buy the game. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now. Like the Tiny Tina's Wonderland's gonna come out.
I'm also
Is it
not
only?
gonna
It's only on
play
Epic Games, I think.
I'm assuming it's only gonna be on Epic Games, but I'm gonna buy it anyways because I know that like I'm
Yeah.
gonna give into it because I like Borderlands. You know, I have no choice. There's no way around it.
Yeah. I know was it our friend was it, our friend won't do it because he literally said like I do not want to give Epic Games any more money for their awful business practices.
And that's totally
That's
fine. But
valid. Like I won't complain. Be like
if the
yeah,
game,
I
if
get it.
but
I
here's
don't
the
like
thing,
them
if
either. But I
my thing is like if they make a game really good, then like you have no choice. You
yeah.
know, if like everyone like
No, you do have a choice. It may be good. That doesn't mean you like it. Oh my.
I mean, based on what
God.
happened to Borderlands 3,
no, Borderlands 3 was just like
a game.
a lot of. It was just a game. It wasn't terrible, but like the gameplay was really good, but like the story was just like lackluster and
The worst
really
thing ever.
they like really missed the mark of a Borderlands game. It was like
Okay.
it was like a no villain.
Oh my,
Like
you
Borderlands
got the,
1 didn't have
got the
I don't know like
twins.
no Borderlands 1 like didn't have a real villain, but like Borderlands 2 they made a villain and it was really good. And then like 3 was like they made villains that just kind of like were really lackluster. But they were like overpowered, I guess, because the characters in the story just did nothing, and it was just like kind of sad.
Yeah.
And that's why I really just disapprove of it at that point.
I completely forgot. I was gonna mention a acquisition that you just mentioned, like that you referenced before. I just completely forgot what it was somehow.
I'm gonna probably forget it. Why? It was Blizzard.
It was like Blizzard related, Blizzard Activision. Well, it's one of their games. Oh my god, I completely lost it. I wanted to mention it.
I'm not even remember.
Oh, let me scroll through the list.
No, it was something I just mentioned, didn't it? It was like Epic Games. No.
Something with Epic Games. Before Epic Games. Oh my, what was before Epic Games?
I'm forgetting what I said.
Brain.
Well, it was probably something like WoW related. I feel like that was like I like said it WoW this, WoW that. Because like that's the only MMO out there though. Like that's like how scary that is, you know? Oh, Final Fantasy? No.
No, I completely forgot. I don't know. Something with like Disney and like what if they like someone ends up owning everything?
Yeah.
Something with that I was thinking of. I don't know. I lost it.
Like we do have the big three.
Yeah.
If you wanna.
Oh, I remember. Indie developers. That's what I'm scared of with indie developers. Where it might get to the point where it's like.
It might cave into only.
Where like if
getting the big three in order to actually make
yeah.
money.
Like
Yeah.
that's what I'm scared of. Like, okay, if you're an indie dev, you must go with one of these companies. Literally, you will never make money. Your games will never succeed. Like at
I
least
mean,
with, because at least with like Nintendo with their stuff, like they're just like, oh, we just need you to know your game's like, you gotta get the seal of approval. You gotta know your game like is actually good and not a waste of time or whatever.
yeah, I get that. But
But like,
it's like,
I've talked to some people and they said it might be good because they gets the money, but like it depends on the company that's handling them. Like 'cause I remember back when EA owned all those studios and they bought those studios. Oh my God, how awful they treated all those studios. I felt so bad. Like,
which ones?
um, I remember EA had tons of studios, tons of smaller studios, and when they bought them, if they did one game that underperformed, they were like, "We're shutting you down," and they would shut them down, and then they'd be like, "Okay, everyone's out of a job now. Great."
Yeah,
Like,
that's really like
like
scary.
I remember one of my childhood series, the Mercenaries series, made by like Pandemic Studios. Their sequel was like not great, so they were like, okay, we're shutting it down, and they literally shut them down. And I'm like, but why? I'm like, yeah, I agree that game wasn't amazing, but it wasn't bad. Like it was still a decent game. Like why'd you just make those people jobless? Come on.
I don't know.
But yeah,
It's just hard. It's really hard being a game dev. I feel like if you're in
yeah.
like a big company,
But then
like
there's like,
you have.
good
Oh,
examples
what
of
the?
who was it? Oh, like Microsoft when they bought the Cuphead people, like they give them a lot. Like they're getting a show now. They're getting the
Mhm.
DLC. Like they're getting treated well.
Right.
Because I will say Microsoft is a good company to get bought by, but at the same time, it's like I don't want them to own everything. Like it's
You know
that's what
what?
I'm
I
worried
feel
about.
like if they do, like the only time I feel like it'd be okay if they bought it would be like if every single company that they bought like had so much going on for it, like they had like so many opportunities for like people who want to like get into these industries and they wanted to like do more and give those people like the chance to do stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like totally fine. But anything else, it's like yikes, because you know what's gonna happen. Like they're just gonna be like, all right,
Yeah.
that's it.
Cause think think about it. Didn't something happen with BioWare at one point? Oh no, wait, I remember because I remember thinking of comparing that. Like BioWare was a company that had like multiple like failures in a row with their studio, like Mass Effect Andromeda and whatever they like Anthem, whatever, and then they didn't close it. But then it was like, but EA closed all these other studios for like one fail. I was like, what's with these double standards of these companies?
I don't really know about that. I mean, like I don't know how like they could do that. I don't have like an answer for that kind of thing. All I know maybe is that like
It feels like a slight bias because it's like, oh, it's a small, it's our big one of our bigger studios, so we got to give them a little pat on the back. Be like, oh, don't worry about it, you'll do better
yeah,
next time.
I'm gonna be honest. I think like like that it was an EA studio. That's why
But
like they used to
so
make
is the,
Dragon
but like other ones like Lucas Arts was owned by them.
LucasArts.
Yeah, like Lucas Arts film, like they made all like the Star
They
Wars
made like
games.
Star Wars games, but
Yeah.
they haven't done anything like they haven't like
No, they were
messed
doing
up or
stuff. They
anything.
were in the process of making things. They were making a Boba Fett game at one point. I remember. I think weren't they? Or was that Sony? But I remember that. Okay, that happened. But besides,
Why?
well, oh, I'm talking about. We got
No,
interrupted
not that.
by that.
I saw what
Yeah,
happened.
yeah.
But my thing is more or less like, what are you about to tell me that they got shut down?
They did. They got shut down. Lucas Arts games got shut down.
I don't
And it
know.
was like, why? They were good
Aren't they
games.
aren't they making it like a?
That's not them anymore. That's
Oh,
Sony. That's Sony now.
but okay. So my point being that like they got shut down, right? But then like Sony bought them. So like the company lives on. Like if the company was like actually dead, I'd be like really pissed because I feel like that's like such a waste of like
So it's like a waste of a property, waste of talent, all this stuff.
yeah, waste of an IP. And that's like where I feel like it gets like really worrying.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just worried about it becoming such a common trend that's like, oh, let's eat them all up, monopolize, baby, let's go, woo, let's play some Monopoly with people's lives. Oh God.
That's why when people are like, "Woo, yeah, they acquired Blizzard Activision," I'm like, "Yeah, that's great, but who would ever want to invest in a company that had that history? You know what I mean? Like, I
Okay,
wouldn't want to
here's the
invest
thing.
in a company
Phil
that has that
Phil
history.
Spencer, the CEO of like the Microsoft Games stuff, he gave a statement on it. I remember he was literally going on about like how much he hated Blizzard over it. Like he absolutely hated them for what they did. And because I think it was Phil. He said he played some of their games back then. That's why he felt so disappointed or whatever.
My point
And
being
he
that
and
like
he and he
he
went on.
probably played
No,
WoW
that's the thing.
or something.
He went on to say like he wants to talk to these people and like or something like that. Like he was so angry like he wanted to like shaping them up. Like you need to get your stuff together. And I think he did at one point. I remember. And
It's sad.
that's how it's been
I don't
bought.
know.
That he literally bought the company and said, I'm gonna
I don't
correct you
know.
fools."
I
That's
get people
basically
have
what he did.
jobs, but it's like it gets to a point where I wouldn't even want to apply for it, even if it's part of Microsoft. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to work for a company that has that history,
You know, it's
even
really
if it's
funny.
under a quote unquote good company.
It's really funny when I looked at the career page for them. There's like 500 open positions in like the LA office.
Because like everyone left, no one wants to be there.
No one, like a lot of people. There's like a lot of, you know what? Like if you're like brand new and like try to make a career in the game industry, like, and you're really trying to like, I want to say like get your foot in the door. Like Blizzard is like definitely probably a company you could do it with, but like you're just gonna have to probably deal with like a lot of like issues where like a company that kind of existed at one point is like trying to get back to its peak. But like it'd be like interesting like to kind of tackle those challenges and kind of recover from like a bunch of issues that like happened. I don't know. I feel like I would like that. I feel like as much of it like as bad as it would be, like I would love to kind of like take on the challenges of like society, like that, like all of like society's kind of like batting it down
Yeah, I
Yeah.
get
to
that.
like kind of like bring it back. I think that'd be like fun. I feel like that'd be really cool, like at like a workplace. Granted, like they might be like really like stressing me out or whatever the case is at the time.
Or be the person that go in and make the change. Be that person.
Yeah, I would love to make like good WoW games. I would love to make like good WoW expansions again, and not like ones where it's just like boring. Like wait till next patch, and then you could be just a tad bit stronger, and all the old content's dead. Cause like that's how like I feel when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like at least with classic, like these like classic WoW, like I get to play through the games. Everything's relevant. Like nothing isn't relevant at like any point during the game process.
Yeah.
Like you can get stuff, like you can do stuff in like the other areas, and like it's so good. But that's also why they make private servers, like to like to appease people who really like the game at one point.
Yeah.
And then like, all right, you guys really don't want like this anymore, so like, or like, you don't really want like our current game, so here's like our, here's like our here's a throwback, I guess. I don't know. It's a weird. Oh, it's a free kill.
Get
that's
him.
that's so sad.
I get this
It's
one.
so.
Uh,
But yeah, I mean, I really feel like we kind of like brought up like so much.
yeah.
There's like I really there's not like many like other crazy ones out there I can really like take a look at.
I think we really did just cover all the like the big ones, like the
Yeah, I feel like there's only like been like really big ones that like media like has really brought up to speed with,
yeah.
and like everything else is kind of like stuff I'm just like looking at. I'm like, there's no way like that actually happened.
Yeah. Especially going over the cost for everything too, like the crazy one, Microsoft Blizzard and all that.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
But yeah, I think we did everything. I think we might be good for the episode, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we did a great job.
Yeah, I think it'd be a good time to call it. Well, unfortunately, we do not have a full schedule up for our next upcoming episodes, but we are planning for our next episode, hopefully to get in within a week or two, depending on how it goes. It's going to be about the treatment of employees at video game companies, such as back like with Blizzard obviously, and other companies such as back when Last of Us 2 was being made. We're going to mention stuff like that, and like all the
Wait,
what.
does that mean I get to talk about the Cosby Rule?
Yes, we get to
Oh
talk. Yes, we get to
god.
talk about the
Oh
Cosby
god.
Room.
No. I get to talk about the Cosby Room.
Yes.
That's so
Eh,
bad.
I don't know the full story behind
Well,
that.
I'm gonna
well,
go.
tune
I'm
in
gonna.
next week or two
Yeah. Tune in next week.
find out the full story of the Cosby
Did
Room.
Aurelia just die
Yes.
to a Sona?
Yes. Alright, guys, we're gonna call it for this episode. Good night, everybody, or good morning if you're watching this in the morning. I don't know when you're watching this.
Yeah. Good night, everybody.